If a retreat space can bring peace to a reality TV, what can it do for you? Welcome to this moment. My name is Mina Tejero, and I'm the founder and retreat facilitator at the Florrest. And today we're with
Loren Queen, yoga instructor.
Loren. Oh my God. I just came into your stories 2 days ago and I see you on TV, right?
Yeah,
About to
yeah.
go live, creating this momentum to gather people to watch together. What were you watching?
We were we were invited to be a part of Love and Hip Hop and Atlanta because they do it all over. So this is the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and you and I met through my studio that I teach at, and we had done two retreats together. You had brought me in to teach yoga for two of your retreats. And you reached out to me, and after they had already reached out to you and you had done that, and so after you reached out to me, honestly, so the first thing, when you first reached out to me, I think I didn't read your message properly, so I thought someone was hosting a retreat with a love and hip hop theme. I didn't realize it was the show.
Well, it's happening, right? Well, it was a surprise for me too, right? So it's
Okay.
the first time, I've hosted a TV show, a live
Mhm.
production, huge crew, and just such a powerful question, like how, being a sacred retreat space, how do suddenly I'm doing wellness for a TV show. And honestly, when they reached out to me, I had the call and the production team, they were so beautiful, like such
Yeah.
beautiful women and the whole crew. And I was like, wow, like this is a window. I'm always praying to be in alignment, to be of service, right? It's not for what,
Right.
okay, what's here because I'm open to serve in the way that's meant.
Right.
And so they were so lovely. And then they came to do the property visit. And I was like, okay, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. And it just
Right.
ended out working out. And my message was, I don't care about being famous or popular or the followers. For me, it's about living in authenticity, organic,
Hmm.
the right people. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. What does it mean? It means like we get to spread light. Imagine the amount of,
Yeah.
I checked, it's like 350 to 400,000 viewers on each episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So the possibility of through the screens, all the love, all the energy, all the work we've been doing here, just to permeate into all these homes.
Right. Right.
When
That
they reached out
was
to me, oh my God, I knew my Lorena was my girl. You'd fit in perfectly because you're a perfect bridge with these lovely ladies.
Thank
So
you.
so beautiful, but you bring your presence and your voice, And so when I reached out, you thought it was something else. And so how did that continue for you?
Well, of course, I mean, because we had already done work together, I was just with anything that you asked me to do. I love visiting your space. It's such a feel good space to be in. Um, I can live in my healing space on that property. And so I was already for it. So once I found out that it was for the show, that's when I had to ask myself as well, where does my healing fit into, reality television? Will I be able to be my true self, my authentic self? Will I be able to spread the awareness of how important healing and taking care of yourself is? Will I be able to get that message across? Those were the next thoughts after I realized that we were actually doing the show.
Yeah, no, and I just loved you. In my experience, it was like, yes, you like count on me. And that's what I
Yeah.
said to you at the beginning of this time together right now. I was like, I can count on you. You're reliable. And so that's another thing, not only the way you lead when you are there, but you're solid. And so that was such a joy for me because it's part of that the part of the masculine energy of like
Right.
the presence, the responsibility.
Right.
And I like at the end of the show, are we going to tell them? Are we going to spoil and let them know what happens at the end of the show?
It aired, so it's there.
So, okay, they can watch it. But
Yeah.
in the middle of it, Loren, when I heard some of the squabbling, I swear, I'm like, oh, I have nothing to do with this drama. This does not represent.
But it wasn't just you. It kind of rattled all of the healers, just because we live in a different space ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think it made all of us want to give a little more, though. I think seeing their unsettled energy made all of us want to pour into them more. It made us want to have this exposure more.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I don't know. I have this thing that has made it difficult in my journey where I see people's soul, like
yeah,
no matter where they are. And so, yeah, just leading and feeling their hearts and like
yeah,
understanding where they are. And just, they're beautiful ladies. And
yeah,
now where I hadn't met them before, but now
yeah.
that I was in space with them, I'm like so excited for them because they're such doers, go-getters, beautiful.
Hmm.
They're these gems. And
Yeah,
for me, they're here on the edge of leading
yeah,
people from the drama into like
yeah,
afterwards. And I'm so excited for them. And I'm getting chills as I say this.
yeah.
Get the little nectar inside of you of the peace and the conversations that are possible. Like
Hmm.
they were hugging at the end.
Yes,
Like you tell,
yeah,
I didn't watch it. I looked through the window of the laundry room. There were like 40 men all dressed in black, producers. It was like so surreal for me looking at all
right.
the past production here at the Florist. And and then the main producer came and said, "Oh my God, Minna, like we had massive breakthrough today. Like the
Yeah,
had its impact and shifted them. They hugged where some women who never talked to each other
right.
hugged. So I didn't see it. So you tell me a little bit about that. What did you see?
Yeah, so I did see where I don't regularly watch it, but I kind of could pick up on what was happening. And so it was some of the women who hadn't been talking or who had issues before, they were able to hash these issues out, have conversations. They were speaking to each other. They were definitely hugging each other at the end. I felt like we planted seeds for sure. I feel like we did what we were supposed to do in that space.
Oh, I love it. I truly believe it. Also, one of them came recently to a solstice event. Nobody knew because I was quiet. I always protect people. I don't
Right,
share any pictures. I didn't
right,
because they asked me just to respect that I couldn't share any.
right.
And so she came, nobody knew she was one of the stars of
Yeah,
the reality show. And she came and did the work. She came all the way from Atlanta to do it. And
I love that.
that's the safety that is required for this kind of
Right,
to just be seen as the soul you are, not like, oh my
right,
God, famous or oh my God, like
right,
next to them because of this or that.
right. And I think they appreciated how we treated them like human. We weren't over the top with them. We weren't treating them outside of the norm. We were treating them as though we treat everyone who we come to pour into. You were here, we were all there to do a job and to give pieces of ourselves. And I feel like we were definitely able to do that. And they appreciated that of us as well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. There was a part of the night that I really loved, which was they were going out for dinner, right? They had
Mhm.
dinners and it got really cold that night. It was chilly.
Yes.
And so one of them asked me for something. Well, I don't know if they asked me, but I saw she was chilly. So I went up to my closet and I found something for her. And I ended up finding coats and shawls and different jackets
Yeah.
for six of them. So I totally felt like a soul sister,
Yeah.
some warm blanketing with love. And
Yeah.
so that felt a like really bonding moment for me with them. And
Yeah.
at one moment after one of the like intense conversations, I was able to speak with a few of them and do some readings, and it was just
Yeah.
lovely to see them, just see their heart and a part of them was like, no, but like we're meant to be in drama, right?
Right.
That
Right.
you shared, I don't know, in during the recording now or before when we were chatting about how they were able to relax and
Right.
authentically beyond what is expected of them.
Right.
That's my mission here is to let go of all the projections, the filtering, the expectations, and just show up as you are. And
Hmm.
and you saw that happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was my first experience coming to your property was the energy. The birds are chirping so loud. I remember they were chirping at the second retreat that I did with you so loud that like I had to like raise my voice while I was teaching by the pool. The birds were just like so happy and in such good spirit, and it's a good energy space. And I think they definitely felt that, the celebrities, when they came, they felt that this was a place where they could be just themselves. They were on the sofas in the living room with their feet kicked up, and they're wrapped in blankets, and they felt it was very homey. It was very okay, I don't have to perform here. And that is a beautiful segue into healing, into releasing. So it gave them permission to do that, the creating the atmosphere, you know.
That's so important to feel held and supported. So tell
Sure.
me about your yoga class. I think when you were doing your yoga class, I was in the event dome doing a sound healing.
Yes.
So tell me, how did it start? Like, what did you feel? Did you give them easy poses or complicated? What do you think got to them?
Well, they are, I had to remember that even though this is my job to teach yoga, this is their job, this show. They're at work. So I didn't want to put them in positions that would have them second guessing or questioning themselves. I wanted them to feel comfortable. I never want anyone to run away from yoga. And, so I want to put you in a space to where you're comfortable. We started off in a really nice child's pose, that they could sink into, melt into, steady their breath, because there was definitely conversation being had. So I wanted them to be able to be, grounded before that happened, before the conversations began. So we started off very easy and we kept it very light. It was just a lot of spinal twist and just releasing of tension. We hold a lot of tension, in our lower bellies, our lower backs, our sacral chakra. And so I just wanted them to be able to release some of that energy in those spaces, teaching them, getting them to take some really deep breaths, getting them to release their shoulders from their ears. And there wasn't a lot of the production team out there when we did our set. And again, I think that as well. There weren't a lot of people standing around watching. The people that were there, they were strictly working because we were all shooting at different times. So there wasn't so much of a crowd. So I think it allowed them a little bit more ease and a little bit more comfort to actually settle into the yoga and slip out of work mode.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm looking forward to watch it. I saw little snippets that
Yeah.
what you shared, my VA
Yeah.
things, but it's been a busy full day right now, and I'm looking forward to see. I'm gonna ask the production
Uh,
thing. But when I did the sound healing, you know,
mhm.
there was a moment that I just started channeling this energy of the inner child and the
Yeah.
inner child, and it was just like bringing in this like warm healing presence to that inner child. Two of them fell asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was short time because it's not like it wasn't an hour long sound healing.
Right.
The truth is, yes, they were receiving a wellness day, but it was the purpose of filming and being able to film the whole thing. So I was so surprised that, well, not surprised, when we're on the go and we're busy, the first thing that happens when we receive meditation, fall asleep. It means
Right.
you rest more, you've been doing. And, yeah, it's just beautiful to plant the seed. So
Yeah.
beautiful for them to be like, oh wow, like I never do that. I never fall
Right.
in any place or just the sounds and the just the peace they felt. So it was just a joy. I love
Right.
people experience this for the first time and also advanced practitioners, but just like the virgins, the virgins
Right. Right. I love that.
yoga. We did that last year with the corporate team that came, remember,
Yeah.
Lauren? And
Yes.
I think only two men had done the yoga before.
Hmm.
You introduced it to many of them. There
Oh,
was
I love that.
so beautiful.
I love that. And that, I know that I meet a lot of first time yogis. And like I said, that is always my goal is to pull you in. I never want to scare anyone away from this practice. Um, and so I kept it pretty mild through when we were filming and everything like that. And there was actually a point where, I always ask my students if they're okay with me touching them, if me placing my hands on them. And they were okay with that. And I remember helping one of the young ladies come into a really nice seated spinal twist. And as soon as I put my hands on her, she kind of melted into me, and it was beautiful to have that trust. It was beautiful for them to have those moments of just being, just being human, just being woman, just being. So it was very, everything didn't make the final cut, but we know what we experienced. And so you having some of them to fall asleep and me having, someone melt into my arms and just these different things that we experienced, we know what was done in that space, you know?
And also the end dinner, right? The final
Yes.
event of the day for them, just to see them come to peace for forever.
Yes.
You would never talk to.
Yeah.
So that was so beautiful for me.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's the biggest takeaway from this experience for you? If you could summarize, you had one phrase to say to somebody, what would it be about this experience?
Healing belongs everywhere. It's not for certain people. It's not for certain spaces. It is everywhere and it is for everyone. And I think us being able to merge those two worlds, I think that was major.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Like when I shared my family, it's like, what MTV, Love and Hip Hop? What does it have to do with what the work you do? But that's the point we're bridging, right?
Right,
We're bringing what we know is healing, what is loving, what is our true nature, bringing
right,
places that haven't had access to it, and bringing it
right,
in a way that I love how you say it doesn't scare them. And
right.
the way I say it is like meets them where they are, and
Mhm.
finding the little crack where we're gonna be able to plant those seeds in there, and
Right,
the little flow, something watering them. So until they're
right.
fully, lean in and experience it. So yeah, absolutely. Just the capacity to offer this to everybody. And that's the beauty of a space grounded in nature, in the elements, in the sacred geometry. And that's why I'm so passionate about the Florest, is because
Mhm.
it's not based on a philosophy or a religion. It's about the elements in the sacred geometry and our presence and our
Right,
movement and dance, which belongs to all of us. And so
right.
we celebrate our human origin, our human culture, then we can celebrate the differences that we all have. And
Mhm.
I think we did it. I think we really did.
So,
Even the crew was so grateful. They were like,
yes.
and they were like, oh, it's such a pleasure to be in nature. This is so relaxing and so
And
healing.
they were asking questions about all of our practices, and that's what it was. It was planting the seed. None of us got, all of us teach our sessions, our plus sessions in what we do. And we weren't able to do that because they were filming and it was for a show and things, but it was there. We did what we were supposed to do. We planted the seeds. I think it kicked off everyone's curiosity, in such a beautiful way. So,
Absolutely. And I think this is just a testament of our heart and our intention, because, I was speaking to a friend and she's like, Mena, it's like international TV. It wasn't only a TV show. It's like it's
right,
national. And so
right,
it's just a reflection of our heart, like being in unity with the whole world. And
right,
it wasn't something that we were searching or knocking or trying to get. It just showed up on my email. They found
right.
right? And I think that's the beauty of, you know, how they say be, do, have. So just
Yeah.
being that love, being that space that wants to hold containers for real transformation. And then, you know, the doors opened. I didn't have to be knocking and going to production companies in Atlanta and looking or
Mhm.
for it. You know, it came. And so a reminder, and also for us, right? It was a seed
Right.
planted by you coming. Um, did you come to the property that a few years ago, or was it through, oh, it was a friend that recommended you? Yes.
Right.
Nella, I'm going to mention her because I love her. We love her. And so then you came for, yeah, the corporate retreats, the
Mhm.
wellness day, and the seed was planted. And through the beauty of collaboration, right?
Yeah.
For me, it was so beautiful to know that I could count on you, that the ladies would love you, and
Yeah.
that 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 they could connect with you, and that they were going to receive your medicine. And so I just felt good that on that end I could also offer somebody who is going to be, you know, a powerful contribution to the wellness.
Right.
So thank you. I'm so happy you showed up.
Thank you.
And so happy you showed up to this conversation. I was like, when I saw the story was going live, I didn't know. And I was like, Laura,
Right. Right.
let's have a conversation. And that was so much fun. I want to see what you saw. You gathered with friends. I saw snippets, and yeah, just to share behind the scenes also what we experienced, what was behind this intention.
Right.
And yeah, I'm so happy to have collaborated on this with you. Looking forward to so many more. And for everybody in life, like, get to know people, rely on each other, and you know where your hearts are, where your intention is. And
Right.
that starts rippling and creating more opportunities to show up and be present and experience life
It
expanding.
it does. It does. I appreciate you for every opportunity, for bringing me on for this project. Um, it was a beautiful experience. All of my experiences there at the Florist, there working with you, have been amazing. This was no different. Um, it was awesome. It was amazing, everything about it. I am so glad we connected and we stayed connected. I'm glad that, like, we were just everything aligned to where we were just placed into each other's paths and in each other's spaces. And so I I appreciate you and all that you have done. So thank you. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for creating the Florist. And being open to that opportunity. You could have, you were well within your, rights to turn it down if, it didn't feel good to you. So for you to be open to that, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and thanks for mutual. And I think that's it. Just like sit with things, feel them. How do they align? And I really trust in that. A prayer of walking with clear intention
Yeah.
and goodwill and communication, and that goes.
Right.
And I know I will keep collaborating with you and
Yeah.
collaborating. Yeah, we'll collaborate. We'll keep expanding and collaborating with so many souls, and
Yeah.
more opportunities for us to share. And to the audience today, I hope you are inspired. Know that opportunities come to you when you're anchored in that knowing that what your heart desires and how you want to serve. It's happening already. It's happening already somewhere, and it's coming to you. And so just
Right.
stay open. It's not an easy journey, but
No.
it. And when we're in community, supporting each other and sharing, being able to share stories and retell experiences. Oh my God, it's so much fun. So thank you all for joining us on this conversation today. This was Lauren Queen, and we'll add her contact information so you can follow her on her Instagram and whatever else she's going to share with you. And it's going to be right here at the end of this conversation. So thank you so much, and all so much love. Watch the episode and let us know what you think.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Bye.